Hi, this is James with Be Prepared Homestead. Thought I would just change up the format a little bit as to what I talk about. I know that, I've shown some of the basics on what it was like to get started homesteading. And that does take some work. I'm not going to lie, and I've said it before in videos. You do have to apply yourself and get out there and make yourself make things happen if you're going to reap the benefits of growing your own stuff. However, what brought me here, to this point was a little different. We had the COVID thing that started a few years back, and at that time, that's when I first started thinking, the world is going in a direction that may not be so good, and we see out of control spending. We see the powers to be using every excuse they can to create different types of crisis for us. We have things that are unvetted that are pushed on the people. So it's just these are times that we need to be careful and be prepared. And that being said, in times like these, everything should be questioned. Now, no one, unless you're privy in, high up meetings, can have all the right answers. But if you do enough of your own research, there are times where I know when I do my own research, I feel comfortable and confident enough to know or feel that I know what's going on. Now, I can't say that with 100% certainty that is what it is, but with all the things that are happening out in the world right now, just in the United States alone, when you start connecting all the dots, it doesn't look good. So, what I'm going to start doing is just have a little format where I'm going to go through a few things that I see every day, things that may or may not be on the news. Let's face it, the news itself does have a narrative, so you're not really going to get the complete news. You're only going to get the news that they want to give you, not what you should be getting. That's my personal opinion, and I'm sure there's many out there that share that opinion as I do. So anyways, I was just kind of going through some different news articles, and one that caught my attention right away is that across, and I'm just going to read it as I see these little articles come up, across western Kansas, many fields planted with wheat months ago now look like barren or wastelands. So that's something to think about. So a lot of areas in Kansas, wheat may be failing. Now I can't say if that's all overall Kansas, but from this particular article, it does say that there's wheat farmers in Kansas that are having problems because they've had no rain. In an environment already where we see inflation happening and scarcity of products, things like that, you should be concerned about, because what's that going to do? You're going to make it where it's harder to find possibly things that are wheat type products, cereals, stuff like that, and they're going to be in inflated prices. So keep that in mind, if you're listening, that's going on there. Let's see. This is another one that I've been kind of following for a while, and there's been plenty of articles on it. I'm sure that, some of you have read a few of these, and again, if you start connecting the dots, this is a scary thing. This almost seems like sabotage. Since 2021, we've had here approximately 100 food processing plants that have burned down or have had other issues. Uh, think about that, So these are plants that process food that you're going to eat that either have been down for repair to fix the damage, or may have not even come back. We had cattle, recently that mass die off. Not sure if it was heat or bad feed or whatnot. That again is going to impact everything here. We had and it still is, I believe, coming through the avian flu. So there's been lots and lots of chickens and probably other game type birds, turkeys, so forth, that have been called or killed in order to try to get this under control. And when you start adding all that up, that's a lot of problems in an already problematic environment that we're in right now, where we do see the cost of food going up and the availability of it becoming a little more scarce. So these are things that you should be really truly thinking about. I know that they're going to be having water issues. I think some of the large lakes over Lake Powell, I think, and one of the other ones. Sorry, I don't have the article. I just was trying to remember from something else I was reading a few days ago. They're at their lowest levels, I think, since they've been recording these things. And this is going to have, in areas like California and I think Nevada and areas like that, they're going to have serious water issues because of this. And then if there are water issues that are happening over in the West Coast and parts of the West, how do you think that's going to again impact everybody else in the rest of the United States? Because water will have to get redistributed, the cost will probably go up. So even your basic water that you're used to buying, cheap in the stores, you'll probably see it start jumping up in price. So, again, these are things that you want to think about. You need to, in this environment, right now it's kind of like we're playing musical chairs or hot potato or whatever, and you don't want to get caught in what's coming up without a chair. Or you don't want to catch the potato or whatever, because if you get caught, you're going to be in some big trouble if you're not prepared for what is coming. And believe me, there's no getting around it. We are definitely rapidly declining in this country right now. I think most people can see that, and those that don't see it, oh, I am so sorry, that you don't see it at this point. But you better get your head out of a hole before it's too late, because it is coming, and it's coming fast now. It's not like it's a year away or anything like that. We are quickly going down the drainage hole, as I speak. So, those are kind of things that I wanted to bring up, little topics, since, my site is called Be Prepared, and so I'm going to list things every once in a while, make little videos of things that I see that, could cause prices to go up or limited availability. So, if you're in the know, you might be able to get out there before these things do go up in prices, and get some, buy extra, whatever, that way, if it does start going up or it becomes limited in availability, you have it. I know I want to say somewhere in Europe, I think it might have been in England, London, they found trace amounts of polio. Surprise, surprise. So, polio, think about that. Not good at all. Let's see. I think that's about all I'm seeing right now, but that's certainly enough to really think about, the stuff that's going on today. Of course, the market itself looks like it's just kind of stagflating today. It's bouncing back and forth, but if you're in the market at this point, if you can have a chance to recoup your money or most of it, I would, and get the heck out of it. Stop the gambling. You're going to lose it all before it's over. Pretty much guaranteed there. Over in the UK, right now it looks like they have 40,000 workers, train workers who are going on strike. So that's going to cause a huge mess over there with, again, goods not being delivered to places in an already stressed environment, because they're experiencing over there the same thing we're experiencing here. Inflation, limited availability in things, and so forth. So you can imagine what kind of mess that's going to make. So anyways, I just wanted to ramble through a few things today, and I'll probably do that again, in a couple of days, and just let you know why you need to be prepared, because things truly are changing. And it doesn't take a rocket scientist at this point to figure that out. You just have to look around you. You have to work through what's called normalcy bias, which is where if you personally aren't experiencing it yet, then you don't think there's anything wrong. Well, there is. And, the old saying, you can slowly bring a pot to boil with a frog in it, and he'll boil to death, because by the time he realizes that the water is hot, it's too late. So, that being said, I'm going to sign off. Again, if you like my videos or anything like that, feel free to subscribe, like, or share. The real thing is get this stuff out. We can't rely on our news sources really anymore, because they don't really give you the real information. Again, they give you what's part of their narrative or their agenda or whatever, but they're not giving you the real news. So the only way we're going to ever be able to get the real news around each other is to circulate it ourselves, and there's quite a few people that are already doing this. And it's an important thing. We need to be circulating information around. We need to make sure that we can help each other connect the dots and see what's really going on, not what I guess the Wizard of Oz wants us to think is going on, the man behind the curtain. So, open your eyes, start looking, and, of course, get yourself prepared. Be prepared. And with that, love to everybody, and I am signing off.